Have you ever pondered the impact leaders have in shaping national unity? This question is not just academic, but one that can have far-reaching implications on the fabric of our societies. Leaders, after all, are not just figureheads, but individuals who possess the power to influence the course of a nation, to inspire its citizens, and to bring about change. In this era of digital communication, this influence is not just confined to the physical world, but extends to the virtual realm of social media. The words, actions, and even the tweets of leaders can shape public perception, stir emotions, and even sway opinions. Consider the case of former President Donald Trump, a leader known for his prolific and often controversial use of social media. His tweets, posts, and comments have been a source of endless debate, generating a whirlwind of reactions from adoration to outrage. The importance of a leader's social media presence cannot be overstated in today's digitally connected world. It is through these platforms that leaders can directly reach out to their constituents, sharing their views, announcing their policies, and even engaging in discourse. However, with great power comes great responsibility. A leader's words can either bridge divides or deepen them. They can inspire unity or breed division. And in a nation as diverse as ours, the role of a leader in promoting national unity is paramount. Leadership is not just about governing, but about understanding the pulse of the people, empathizing with their concerns, and working to bring them together. It is about setting aside personal biases and prioritizing the greater good. It is about fostering a sense of belonging, a sense of being part of a larger whole. Understanding this, we delve into the social media posts of former President Trump and their implications on national unity. Now, taking a closer look at Trump's social media posts, we find a range of reactions and implications. To understand the former president's social media presence, it's important to note that his posts often manifest as a direct reflection of his thoughts and emotions. These posts are a treasure trove of insight into his state of mind at any given moment. Whether it's a late-night panic over a Biden speech or a flurry of post-truth assertions, his posts give us a glimpse into his perspective. Take, for example, the aftermath of Biden's State of the Union speech. Trump's posts displayed a level of agitation not commonly seen in former presidents. His posts were a mix of critique and defiance, with an underlying tone of resentment. These posts were made in quick succession, suggesting an urgency to respond and to control the narrative. Another instance to consider is his reaction to the January 6th Capitol riot anniversary. Trump's posts alternated between criticism and deflection, with a notable absence of introspection or responsibility. His posts were an attempt to deflect blame and rewrite the narrative of the event. The timing of Trump's posts also plays a crucial role in their impact. Often posted in the heat of the moment, these posts are reactive rather than reflective. This impulsiveness has the potential to stir emotions and incite reactions among his followers. The tone of Trump's posts is also significant. They frequently contain strong language, which can be polarizing. This tone can serve to galvanize his base, but can also contribute to division and discord. The influence of these posts on public opinion is a mixed bag. For some, Trump's posts strengthen their allegiance, seeing in them a leader unafraid to voice his thoughts. For others, these posts are a source of concern, indicative of a leader who seems more focused on personal grievances than on national unity. From the perspective of national unity, Trump's posts can be seen as divisive. The emphasis on personal attacks and divisive rhetoric can serve to deepen the divide between different factions within the nation. From this, we can see the power and influence of a leader's social media activity on the nation's unity. But what does this mean for national unity? Let's delve deeper into that. The impact of former President Donald Trump's social media posts on national unity is undeniably significant. His posts, packed with potent messages, have the power to sway public opinion, stir emotions, and create divides. The influence of these posts is not confined to the digital realm. It spills over into our communities, our workplaces, our homes, and even our legislative houses. Let's connect the dots. For instance, remember when Trump's posts caused a stir during the State of the Union address? His posts, reacting to President Biden's speech, were not just a critique of his political rival, but they also served to deepen the divide among the citizens. A moment that was meant to unify the nation, to bring everyone together in reflection and forward thinking, was instead used as a platform to further personal agendas. This isn't an isolated incident. Trump's social media behavior has, time and again, influenced real-world events and sentiments. The January 6th Capitol riot stands as a stark reminder of the power of his words. The posts leading up to the day fueled misinformation, incited violence, and ultimately led to an attack on the very heart of American democracy. And then there's the ripple effect. Trump's posts have emboldened some, like the MAGAs, to wear his mugshot t-shirts and American flag bow ties at the State of the Union. These actions, inspired by Trump's social media behavior, serve to further polarize the nation. The long-term effects of such behavior on national unity are concerning. The divides created by these posts don't easily mend. They embed themselves in the fabric of our society, influencing how we perceive each other and how we engage in political discourse. Moreover, the constant barrage of post-truths and divisive rhetoric undermines the faith in our democratic institutions. It creates an environment where misinformation thrives and unity struggles to take root. So the impact of Trump's social media behavior on national unity is profound and far-reaching. It's not just about one man's tweets or posts. It's about how these digital utterances can shape the real-world narrative, create divides, and potentially hinder the healing and unifying process that our nation so desperately needs. In the end, it's worth remembering that unity is not about agreeing on everything. It's about respecting differences, engaging in constructive dialogue, and working together for the common good. That's the kind of leadership we need to represent our country in the best way possible. So, the impact of Trump's social media behavior on national unity is profound and far-reaching. In light of this, what should we as citizens do? It's a question that looms large in our minds, especially in the context of leaders' behavior on social media platforms. As we navigate the vast landscape of the digital age, we must be more discerning than ever before. We must critically evaluate the actions and words of those who hold positions of power. Leadership is not just about making decisions, it's about setting an example, about embodying the values we hold dear. When leaders use social media to spread misinformation or foster division, it's our responsibility to question, to scrutinize, and to hold them accountable. We must remember that their posts have the power to shape public sentiment and national discourse. But this task does not rest solely on the shoulders of a few. The responsibility of critical evaluation belongs to each and every one of us. In a democracy, we are not mere spectators. We are participants. We have the power to demand better from our leaders, to highlight when they fall short, and to celebrate when they embody the principles we value. Moreover, we must recognize our role in promoting national unity. It's not enough to simply condemn divisive rhetoric. We must actively work towards unity. That means engaging in respectful dialogue, challenging our own biases, and seeking common ground with those whose opinions differ from our own. It means fostering a culture of empathy and understanding, even in the face of disagreement. This is not a task for the faint-hearted. It requires courage, patience, and an unwavering commitment to the principles of democracy. But remember, every post we critique, every conversation we engage in, every stand we take against division brings us one step closer to a more united nation. As we move forward, let's remember the power we hold. With every vote, every voice, every social media post, we shape our nation's narrative. So let's use this power wisely, because the power to build national unity lies not just with our leaders, but also with us, the people. In conclusion, the role of leaders in shaping national unity cannot be overstated. We've journeyed together through a discussion that has emphasized the importance of critically evaluating the behavior of our leaders, particularly their use of social media. We've seen how these seemingly small actions can have far-reaching implications for the unity of a nation. Reflecting on the aftermath of the State of the Union address, we've seen how the use of social media by leaders can either foster unity or sow discord. The reaction of former President Trump to President Biden's speech serves as a powerful reminder of the potential for leaders to influence public opinion and the national dialogue. We've also delved into the impact of these social media posts on national unity. The wearing of controversial attire by members of Congress at the State of the Union, for instance, is a stark illustration of how actions can undermine the very unity we strive for as a nation. These moments serve as a rallying call for us all to critically evaluate the behavior of our leaders and the messages they convey. In the face of such divisive actions, we've called for a critical evaluation, a call not just to our leaders, but to each one of us, to hold ourselves to a higher standard of discourse and action. After all, the strength of our democracy lies in our ability to engage in robust, respectful dialogue and to hold our leaders accountable. As we close this discussion, it's important to remember that the quest for national unity isn't about agreeing on everything. It's about respecting our differences, engaging in constructive dialogue, and working together for the common good. Leaders play a crucial role in this, but so do we, as citizens. As we strive for national unity, let's remember to hold our leaders accountable and critically evaluate their actions. After all, the strength of our nation lies in our unity.